Hello, my dear friends. This is Dr. Alice Hamilton, and I want to welcome you warmly to today's episode of Senior Health Secrets. I know you may not believe this at first, but some of the simplest foods, ordinary foods you may already have sitting in your kitchen right now, can actually help protect, nourish, and even repair your aging eyes overnight while you sleep. No pills, no expensive procedures, no harsh chemicals, just gentle, healing bedtime snacks that work with your body's natural nightly repair cycle. And tonight I'm going to guide you through 4 incredibly powerful foods that you can enjoy before bed. By the end, I'll also show you how to combine them into what I call my 3-minute eye healing ritual. This ritual is simple, affordable, easy to follow, and most importantly, it works in harmony with your body's biology. But before we dive into those 4 foods, I want to share something important because what I've seen in my patients, especially those over 60, reminds me that this message is urgently needed. The problem many seniors face. Over and over again, seniors sit across from me in my clinic and describe the same heartbreaking story. Dr. Hamilton, they tell me, it feels like someone has pulled a sheet of fog across my eyes. I wake up in the morning and everything is blurry. At night, I can't make out the faces on the television. The clock beside my bed is just a blur of glowing numbers. And when I step outside after dark, I feel anxious, even frightened, because the world no longer looks clear or safe. Some stop reading, others give up night driving. Some even avoid leaving the house once the sun goes down because their vision no longer gives them confidence. And let me be very clear, this is not just about eyesight, it's about independence. When your eyes lose their ability to adjust to darkness, when clarity and contrast begin to fade, life itself can feel smaller, scarier, and more isolating. But here's the truth most people don't realize. Cloudy night vision doesn't just happen because you're getting older. It's not some inevitable curse of aging. Instead, it's the result of slow, silent processes. Inflammation building up in the tiny blood vessels behind your eyes, oxidative stress damaging sensitive cells in the retina, and, most importantly, a lack of key nutrients that your eyes need every single night while you rest. The good news is, this process can be slowed, supported, and in many cases improved by choosing the right bedtime foods. Why bedtime snacks matter. Why bedtime? Because nighttime is when your eyes are most actively repairing themselves. Tiny tears in the cornea start to mend, the optic nerve recharges, the retina clears away waste products built up from a long day of seeing, blinking, and focusing. But for that repair process to work, your body needs fuel, not heavy meals, not sugar, but specific nutrients delivered gently before sleep. So tonight, let's talk about 4 foods that provide exactly that fuel. Plain Greek yogurt. Let's begin with something so simple it might surprise you. A small bowl of plain Greek yogurt before bed. At first glance, yogurt doesn't sound like an eye treatment at all. But the truth is, your gut and your eyes are far more connected than most people realize. Scientists now even call it the gut-retina axis. That means the health of your digestive system, and especially the good bacteria living inside it, has a direct impact on the health of your eyes. Greek yogurt is one of the most effective natural ways to strengthen that connection because it's rich in probiotics, those friendly bacteria that reduce inflammation throughout the body, including in the delicate vessels behind your eyes. It also contains vitamin A for protecting your retina and cornea, calcium for nerve and muscle function inside the eye, zinc, which helps vitamin A move from the liver to the retina. And perhaps best of all, Greek yogurt digests easily. It doesn't spike your blood sugar or disturb your sleep. Instead, it provides steady, calming nutrition, allowing your body to rest deeply while your eyes heal. One of my patients, Margaret, 71, struggled for years with dry, gritty, blurry eyes every morning. She tried eye drops, prescription gels, even sleeping with a humidifier. Nothing helped. But when she began adding a few spoonfuls of plain Greek yogurt before bed, everything started to change. Within 3 weeks, she told me, "Doctor, it's the first time in years I've woken up without that cloudy sandpaper feeling in my eyes. The key here is to keep it plain and unsweetened. Avoid flavored yogurts filled with sugar, which cancel out the benefits. Start with just half a cup about an hour before bed. If you want, sprinkle in a little cinnamon, or, as I'll show you later, top it with sunflower seeds for an extra boost. The humble banana. Next comes a fruit you've probably eaten 1,000 times without realizing how much it can do for your eyes. The banana. Bananas are rich in potassium, and that's important because as we age, fluid balance in our eyes often gets disrupted. For some, that means pressure builds up inside the eye, a silent risk factor for glaucoma or retinal damage. For others, it shows up as morning puffiness or blurred, tired eyes. Potassium helps regulate this fluid balance. It keeps pressure in check and reduces swelling so your eyes wake up refreshed, not foggy. But bananas have another secret weapon, tryptophan. This amino acid helps your body produce serotonin, which then converts to melatonin, your sleep hormone. That means bananas don't just help your eyes directly, they also help you fall into deep restorative sleep, the exact kind your eyes depend on for repair. One of my patients, Charles, 68, replaced his evening cookie with half a banana before bed. Just a few weeks later, he smiled at me and said, "Doc, I don't wake up with foggy vision anymore." So here's the tip. Eat half a ripe banana, not too green, not too soft, about 30 minutes before bed. You'll get the potassium, vitamin B6, and tryptophan without overloading on sugar. And if you want, pair it with that Greek yogurt we just talked about. The two work beautifully together. Ancient healing fruit, dates. Now let's move to a fruit that has been cherished for thousands of years, the date. In ancient Egypt, warriors carried dates for energy. In the Middle East, dates were considered sacred, a symbol of vitality. And today, science confirms they're a remarkable food for eye health. Dates are naturally rich in polyphenols, plant compounds that reduce inflammation and protect cells from oxidative damage, especially in light-sensitive tissues like the retina. They're also packed with vitamin A, which is crucial for low-light vision, exactly the kind of vision many seniors struggle with. But perhaps most important, dates are rich in carotenoids, especially lutein and zeaxanthin. These pigments are stored in your macula, the part of your eye that controls sharp central vision. They act like built-in sunglasses, filtering harmful blue light and preventing oxidative stress. As we age, levels of lutein and zeaxanthin decline, and that contributes to cloudy vision, glare sensitivity, and even macular degeneration. Just 1 or 2 dates in the evening can help replenish those nutrients. Now, yes, dates are sweet, but unlike refined sugar, their sweetness comes with fiber and antioxidants that slow absorption and prevent harmful spikes in blood sugar. One of my patients, Denise, 74, nearly gave up night driving because headlights created unbearable glare. We added a couple of dates before bed along with better hydration and sleep hygiene. Within a month, she told me, "Doctor, I drove home at 9 p.m. and actually felt safe again." So tonight, if you're craving something sweet, skip the cookies or pie. Instead, enjoy a soft, juicy date or two. Your eyes will thank you. Sunflower seeds. Finally, let's talk about something tiny but mighty, sunflower seeds. These little seeds are one of the richest natural sources of vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that protects your eyes from oxidative stress. Remember, your eyes are exposed to light all day long. They move constantly, and they demand a high supply of oxygen. All of that creates oxidative stress, which wears down delicate tissues and contributes to cataracts, macular degeneration, and blurry vision. Vitamin E helps stop that process in its tracks. But sunflower seeds don't stop there. They also contain selenium, which boosts antioxidant defenses, zinc, which helps transport vitamin A to your retina, healthy fats, which help your body absorb all of these nutrients. I often recommend just a spoonful of unsalted sunflower seeds in the evening. Sprinkle them over yogurt and banana, or enjoy them plain. One of my patients, Harold, 73, told me he used to reach for eye drops first thing every morning. But after adding sunflower seeds to his nightly routine, he forgot his drops because his eyes no longer felt painfully dry. When choosing sunflower seeds, make sure they are raw or dry roasted, unsalted. Avoid those coated in oil or seasoning, which can undo the benefits. The 3-minute eye healing ritual. Now you might be wondering, Dr. Hamilton, this all sounds wonderful, but how do I actually turn it into a habit I can follow every night without it becoming a burden? That's exactly why I created my 3-minute eye healing ritual. Here's how simple it is. Start with half a cup of plain Greek yogurt in a small bowl. Slice up half a ripe banana and lay it gently on top. Add 1 or 2 pitted dates for gentle sweetness. Sprinkle with a spoonful of unsalted sunflower seeds, and that's it. A healing bowl prepared in about 3 minutes, filled with the exact nutrients your eyes need while you sleep. You don't even have to eat it right before bed. Some people enjoy it as a light dessert after dinner. Others prefer it an hour before lights out. Either way, it sends a calming signal to your body. It's time to rest, repair, and heal. Stick with this ritual for 2 or 3 weeks, and you may notice less morning blur, clearer night vision, fewer dry, gritty sensations, a greater sense of comfort and confidence. Now, I want to be very honest with you. This is not a miracle cure. You won't wake up tomorrow morning seeing the world in perfect high definition. But over time, small, consistent choices add up. Healing doesn't always come from pills or surgeries. Sometimes it comes from a spoon, a bowl, and a quiet act of self care before bed. I've seen this again and again with my patients. They come back weeks later and say, Doctor, I didn't realize how much I was missing until my vision began to clear. And my dear friends, you deserve that too. You deserve to wake up and see clearly, to walk safely in the dark, to read the medicine label without squinting, to recognize the smile of someone you love without hesitation. It's not too late. Your eyes haven't given up on you. They are waiting for your support, and you can begin tonight with one small bowl, one gentle ritual, one choice repeated daily.